It is the Rebel Yell podcast on the Trib Live High School Sports Network. And our little shindig here is presented by Edgar Snyder and Associates. Go local, go with Edgar, helping injured people since 1982. If you're injured, you need their help. Check them out, edgarsnyder.com. They have been great sponsors all year long, but especially here in the postseason, which is now into the state playoffs. We have one round in the books, and we are here to salute our WPIAL Girls Basketball Player of the Week, the outstanding Aubree Hupp, now a senior, hard to believe, from Blackhawk High School. She's one of those, we see them both on the boys' side and the girls' side. One of these players, you could have them on pretty much any week because they're just so consistently good at what they do. Aubree, we appreciate you joining us once again.
Yeah, thank you so much for having me again.
We were just talking before we were talking about a lot of things, but one thing, you are in now a league company that maybe only you have been a guest on the podcast for a third time. You were during your state championship run as a sophomore. You were on last year, and now you're on this year. And I asked you, I said, how nervous were you the first time around? And you admitted you were, but now the nerves are no longer.
No, we're good now. Like I'm not as nowhere near as nervous as I was 2 years ago about anything.
Well, you're a seasoned veteran now.
Yeah.
What a career! I don't even know where to start, but I will start, and we'll just rip that Band-Aid right off. That cut that's probably scabbing over, but man, rip it off and rebust it open again. Let's talk about the silver at the Pete. I'm sure you are sick of it, but the flip side of it is, and someday, not now, but someday you and your teammates will appreciate it. It is, they say this about the Buffalo Bills of, I think, the 90s or the Minnesota Vikings of the 70s, kept going to the Super Bowl, kept coming up short. It is so tough to get, so many things have to fall into place because you get one bad night, you get one bad call, you get an injury, and you're not going to the championship game 4 straight years. Do you try to find those silver linings after getting another silver medal in the WPIAL playoffs?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, every team, obviously I've gotten 4 silver medals there, but every team I've been on, there's always been like we're still proud of ourselves because getting there is very difficult and you don't really hear that this is Blackhawks 5th year in a row being at the WPIAL. They won it when I was in 8th grade. And you just don't really hear that. So we're still really proud of ourselves and um you can always flip it around and win a state championship still. Like it's not like your season's over, which is great for us because that's what we did my sophomore year and we're hoping to do that again this year. So
And that's the resiliency, great coach, and the resiliency of the players because I've been saying this for a while now, and I really believe, and I think you see it in the first round of the state playoffs. How many teams, whether they won at the Peterson Event Center or they lost, because while you think, okay, if you lose, that gives you more hunger, it's still tough to come back from a defeat or from a celebration and perform at a gym in the state playoffs. You guys have really done a great job of bouncing back. Um, has it? Do you think part of that is because you guys came up short in that district title game, and that now, okay, here's another tournament. Let's bear down and let's go to work.
yeah, I think so. I feel like we're especially this year, we're a very resilient group. Mia Sheasley went down in our semifinal game against Elizabeth Forward, and we just kept going. Like we're gonna find a way. Greg always says like we're a team that's gonna find a way, and I think we're gonna do that again. And I hope that I mean, we started three freshmen yesterday, and
Wow.
yeah, they did great. Two have started all year, and one has very limited varsity time, but she did great. I'm so proud of them all because I know how hard it is to start as a freshman and all the pressure it takes. And but they did great, and I feel like we're very resilient in that we're gonna just keep going.
We're going to talk about next year for you at the next level a little bit later on, but it's got to be pretty nice knowing. I mean, this is a really a storied program at Blackhawk girls, Blackhawk boys. Back in Coach Miller's days, legendary. But the girls have had great success, and this goes back to your middle school, elementary school, preschool days, and to be part of that's got to be nice. But knowing that the future will continue to be bright even after you graduate, it's got to be pretty neat too.
Yeah, it's great, and I feel really grateful to be a leader this year to have the freshmen kind of look up to me. That's really big because I'm not really a vocal leader, so I was worried about how like I was going to step up and lead this year, but I love our freshmen and they've done great things this year.
So that's interesting. You've been a leader statistical wise. I mean, you've been a 4 year starter. You were an important part of those teams that had great success in the district and state playoffs as a freshman, as a sophomore, last year as a junior. Um, and yet, it sounds like you were nervous. Leaderships come in all kind of different packages, and it doesn't have to be the raw, raw, let's go get them. It just, you know, leading by example, which you've done for 4 years, but also just quiet conversations off to the side that nobody other than the person you're talking to needs to even know about.
Yeah, that's definitely more my thing. Like lead by example, definitely. Because I don't really feel like it's ever my place to tell someone what to do. Like if they don't want to do it, then they're not really gonna do it.
Right.
And I don't feel like it's worth forcing anyone to show up at practice. I don't think it's worth it some days. It's hard. But I feel like everyone should want it because especially because our program's been so good. Like to be a part of that is great and I feel like everyone should want to be a part of it. So to me, I have always more led by example, but this year I've kind of switched it up a little bit.
That's good. I don't want to dive into the psychological waters because I'll drown, to be honest with you. But you bring up an interesting point in that I totally agree 100% with you that if somebody doesn't want to do something, they're not going to do it, right?
Yeah.
No matter who is saying it or no matter how loud you're saying it, that's just human nature. But do you think sometimes, and you can go back to your younger days, when did you receive the message better coming from the coach or coming from a teammate?
I feel like kind of both, depending, like it kind of just depended on the situation. But I definitely like, especially my freshman year when I got thrown into starting like out of nowhere. I definitely received it better from the seniors because they really helped build me up because I was terribly nervous. And so I feel like definitely in that situation, I would have rather heard it from my teammates than from our coach at the time.
4 WPL championship appearances. I keep going back to this, and I apologize. Um, 12 points as a freshman in the loss to North Catholic, a 16-point loss. 10 points as a sophomore, 3-point loss to North Catholic. 20 points, 8 rebounds last year as a junior in the 2-point loss. Well, the laundry's done. 2-point loss to Oakland Catholic. And this year, 20 points, 14 rebounds, just a monster game in the 7-point loss to the Eagles again. Was there one of those that I mean, you probably can't look back at yourself because those again are phenomenal numbers. But is there one of those that really hurt and was tougher to get over than any of the others, or were they all around the same pain level?
Last year was definitely the hardest because of like I fouled out at the end of that game on the charge call that a lot of people
Right,
debated, but
right,
I'm never one to really like say like, oh, the ref sucks because it's hard to be a ref and I could not imagine like people heckling you, like coaches yelling at you, players yelling at you. So I never really want to be like, well that call was terrible and that's why I fouled out. There were other stupid fouls that I made earlier in the game that I wouldn't have had a foul and that foul wouldn't have affected me leaving the game. So there's a lot of things that could have happened, but that one was a little bit heartbreaking. So yeah, probably that one.
very mature way of looking at it too. That's a feather in your cap. I'm not sure what your faith is, what your beliefs are, but man, Catholics have to pretty much irritate you at this point.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, we've always, I mean, every championship we've played in, it's been a private school. Well, Scranton Prep was a private school, and then the rest have been Catholic schools. But they've all been great teams. It really has nothing, like, they all have had great players, like Josie Fontana, Elena Rocco,
Right. Yep.
Gabby Casey from my freshman year at Lansdale Catholic. Like, they've all, like, we've played great players, so yeah.
Yeah, stay away from those Catholic schools. It's Scranton Prep. There's no Catholic in that name, so
Yeah.
you guys were able to get it done. Um, how special was that run? You guys went to the finals as a freshman, the state finals again, rebounding after the loss to North Catholic, lose to Lansdale Catholic. Same thing your sophomore year. You go all the way, lose to North Catholic in the WPIAL finals, get to the state championship, and beat Scranton Prep. Is there one or two memories that when I bring up that game, that championship game, that jump out to you now, and maybe will, and if I ask you 5, 10, 15 years from now?
Oh, this is so random, but at Hershey, they give you chocolate milk. Like win or lose, they give you chocolate milk in the locker room after the game. And both years I took the cooler and I use those coolers all the time. Like all the time. And that's just like cuz like I'm not like wearing my state ring around and I'm not wearing my medal, but
Right.
like they sit in my room and I see them all the time and I think like that's a great like memory to like look on, but I use those coolers all the time, and it's so funny because I'm like, "Guys, I'm gonna take these coolers." Like, I don't know if we were supposed to take them, but, like, I took them, and they're really nice coolers. Like, one's, like, a big one on wheels, and it's super nice, and then the other one's, like, a smaller one that has, like, a strap and everything, and you can hold it. It's really nice, and I really like them. That's, like, such a random thing, but
No, no,
I
no,
didn't
that's
play a
good.
lot when we won because I was in foul trouble. Like, I think I played like 20 minutes, which is still a lot, but like I played like 20 minutes of that game. So I felt like there was a lot of downtime, like for me because I got into so much foul trouble. Um, but yeah, so like I don't really remember like scoring or anything
Right, right.
like particular, but yeah.
I appreciate you sharing that fact that you may or may not have committed a felony up in Hershey,
Yeah,
but
it's been a while.
that statute of limitations is
Yeah.
that's right. Uh, so so obviously, coach gave you the okay because you're not smuggling that on the bus without
No,
somebody
I just
knowing.
walked out with them.
There you
Like, and
go.
there was still milk in them. Like, I'm like, guys, like, get the milk. And then people didn't want all of it. So we just brought it on the bus.
All right. Well, it's easy to party chocolate milk style when you win, but you'll
Yeah.
eventually drink it even if you come up short.
Yeah.
Um, let's talk about the game Saturday, which is why we're here. The first round rebound for Blackhawk. It wasn't an easy game,
No,
knocking
definitely
off
not.
the number 3 team from District 10, the Fairview Tigers. Tight game throughout, but you guys end up pulling away to the victory. Uh, how much does it help? And the PIAA changed this a few years ago, and I think it's for the better, probably from their standpoint financially, but from various team standpoints. emotionally. How much does that help that first playoff game, state playoff game, after losing a WPL championship to have that at home?
It's really great because that was like my last home game ever. That's the last time I played there. So it was nice to have one more home game um to play in front of our fans, like, and everyone. So it's nice. I really do like having one more home game.
And if you struggle as a team, not individually, but as a team, if you come out of the gates flat or whatever, I think you guys only scored 9 points in the first quarter.
Yeah, we
Just
did.
to have that crowd, sort of kind of pick you up as the game goes on too.
Yeah, that's important because especially like you have a week off before you play, so
Right.
you're gonna come out a little bit flat. So, it was nice being at home, definitely.
7 of 15 from the field, you were. Um, Nearly perfect from the free throw line, 8 of 9 to finish with 22 points. I'm sure because you are the focus of every opponent's defense, and the fact that you have the ball a lot down on the blocks, that you're getting smacked and hacked and everything. So you're going to take your treks to the free throw line. Has that been an aspect of your game that you've worked on a lot and obviously you're pretty good at now?
Yeah, I definitely shoot a ton of foul shots. So, um, sometimes like I just shoot like I'll go and I'll shoot on like a doctor dish or like a gun and I'll shoot just like 100 foul shots in a row just because I shoot so many of them that and I feel like foul shots are one of those things that like you should make. Like you have the time to like settle down a little bit and they add up. I mean, 8 points
Sure.
from yesterday. That's we would have only won the game by one, like if I miss all those foul shots. So I feel like foul shots are really important. So I have worked on those a lot.
Is it from a player's perspective? I don't think I've ever asked this question before, especially you playing a physical brand of basketball. Is it tougher shooting a free throw late in the fourth quarter as opposed to 4 minutes into the game? Just
It
because at
kind of
that point you're
depends.
sort of physically beat up?
It kind of depends. Like if I'm really like beat up and I've shot a ton of foul shots and I'm tired, definitely it gets harder. But since I've shot so many and usually I try to shoot tired when I can, like I try to shoot and practice tired.
Right.
So I'm more used to it, but it's definitely harder and especially if it's a tight game and it's like there's a lot of pressure. So, yeah.
I'm going to tell a hockey story here, but it does link. Trust me, it
Okay.
will, I think, eventually link. The great Mario Lemieux, you've heard of him, right?
Yeah.
You weren't blessed to see him, but I luckily was in his playing days. Big man, big guy. At the time, it was Wayne Gretzky, Mario Lemieux. Those were the two top players in the NHL. Wayne Gretzky was not a big guy. And there was a thought around the league that he got kid glove care, that if you put a hand on him, referee's arm was going to go up and call a penalty. Whereas Mario used to get hacked, slashed, and and no, there were no calls. And there was a former NHL official who later admitted that because he thought Mario was a bigger guy, he could take that more physical pounding, even if it was a penalty, which is to me sort of asinine, but that's neither here nor there. Kerry Fraser, throw him under the bus. But Ryan Robbins is our WPL boys basketball player of the week, junior from Upper St. Clair, big man, football player. Saw him um, on Saturday, and just three players just draped all over him, and a lot of times no whistles, right? Because officials can't call it all the time. And there was one time where he was just trying to create space, and he picks up the foul. As a post player, that's got to be extremely frustrating when there are times, time and time again, where you have the ball, whether you're shooting or not, and you got arms, you smacking your forearms are getting smacked up, and then you're looking just to create space. Somebody goes flying, and you pick up the foul.
Yeah, it's definitely hard, but I feel like I do get a lot of calls. So like I really don't have any complaints
Okay,
about
all right,
any like I really do respect our referees and I feel like I'm pretty nice to the refs. Like I always run after the ball, like I don't make them run for the ball or anything. I feel like I'm pretty nice to the refs, so I
yeah.
feel like they help me out a little bit.
Well, yeah,
Because I mean, when you're yelling at a ref,
and
they're not gonna want to give you
no.
as many calls. So I don't think it's ever really beneficial for anybody to be yelling at the refs.
It's not even, the PIAA has every season, whether it be fall, winter, or spring, they have a appreciate official appreciation week. It's not even hug a referee week, and yet Aubree's doing everything she can to make sure she gets some calls Wednesday, hoping that some of the zebras are watching this podcast. Another aspect that really stood out in the victory over Fairview for you: 22 points, 22 rebounds, 11 on the offensive glass, 10 defensive boards. Uh, that's amazing, and that's probably another aspect of your game that you've really worked hard at.
Yeah, I feel like rebounding is like an effort stat.
Right.
It's one of those things that like anybody can do. I mean, it's obviously a little bit easier that I'm taller, but you just have to box out and be physical and yeah, I feel like I've gotten pretty good at it. I'm one rebound away from my 1,000 rebounds. So, yeah, that's really exciting. But yeah, I feel like it's more of an effort thing than anything. Like I mean, you can practice rebounding and boxing out and stuff like that, but I feel like you really just have to put your full effort into it.
Now, Aubrey, we're good friends by now, right?
Yeah.
So, just one pal to another. I'm going to ask you this. I saw you, I want to say it was the Elizabeth Forward game.
At
I
Peters
was,
Township.
yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think was that the first game or the second game?
That was the semifinal game. That was our second game.
But I mean, was it the
Oh,
second game that night or the first game?
it was the first game because
Okay,
Swickley Academy played after
right.
us.
Okay, so I was covering the second game, but I was watching your game, and I turned to somebody who I was another media flunky, and I I said, "Man, I'd love to see Aubrey stats, rebound stats that don't include her own rebounds because you had about 8 rebounds where you missed, got it, missed, got it, missed,
Yeah.
got it."
Yeah, that's kind of, I mean, it's like a running joke on the team. Our freshman Grayson loves to make fun of me. Like if I miss my layup in
Yep,
practice and get my own rebound and make it, she's like, "Got your rebound stat." I'm like, "Yeah." And I'm obviously not trying to miss my layups, but if like worst comes to worst, I do miss my layup, then I got to get it back somehow.
that's
Like
right.
I don't want to end the play by missing a layup. So,
See, you're the ultimate team player because a lot of kids miss their lay-ins or their short shots, and they get arms in the air or their
yeah.
heads are down, and no, you're still involved.
Yeah, I just get my rebound and hope the next one goes in.
That's right.
Yeah, that
um,
Elizabeth Forward game was I had a lot of those. A lot of
yes,
those.
I just laughed. I thought it was funny.
Yeah, it is
Um,
funny sometimes. It's frustrating for me in the moment,
oh
but like
yeah, that's
looking
right.
back on it, it's funny.
You'd rather have two less rebounds and get the first shot in.
Yeah, it would just be nice instead of having to fight for my life to get the rebound back.
1,000 rebounds is very, very impressive. I will congratulate you ahead of time, hoping that comes to fruition early against Bell Vernon. Um, so, point total. Do you know your point total for
My
your
mom
career?
and I were just talking about that today. I'm around like I think she said I'm around like 16 or
Oh,
1700, somewhere in there.
all right. It might not be in the cards for 2K, but still, it's very, very impressive what you and the Cougars have been able to do during your time in a Blackhawk uniform. That comes to an end in the spring. You will graduate. Congrats on that. and you will be continuing your academic and basketball career. There you go, with the Canisius
Yep, my
University.
Canisius hoodie. Yeah.
Yeah, that's good. So, you know, my wife and I were just talking about what a terrible winter this has been. The winters up in Buffalo aren't exactly that great. Did you know that?
Yeah, they're even worse. I know.
And you're still good to go, right?
Yeah, I did not want to go south at all because I hate the heat. I mean, you
Wow.
can tell how pale I am. The sun is not my friend. So, um, it
Yeah,
was
but
more
but
like,
2 feet snowdrifts aren't your friend either, I assume.
no, they're really not, but it's better than being sunburnt and being hot because I
Okay.
hate being hot. So, I, I'm excited to go up there though, even though I'll probably get covered in snow and I have some really good snow boots and I bought a really, really nice coat. So,
There you go.
yeah.
Um, and you need some boots too.
Yes,
Yes.
yes.
Why Canisius?
Um, I really love the coaches. Like, it's not too far from home. That was a big thing for
Yeah.
me because I'm an only child. I'm really close to my parents, and I just didn't want to leave my family. Like, I didn't want to go halfway across the country or anything. So that was like my radius was pretty small, and I just loved it up there. We went before like in July before AAU kicked off, like everyone leaves for 2 weeks. So we went for my official visit then and it was great. I loved honestly everything. The coaches are amazing people. Um the players I found like they were really really nice to me and really welcoming, which was great because I feel like I'm a little awkward sometimes, so I was nervous to like meet the whole team, but they were really really nice and Buffalo's a nice area and the
Yeah, it is.
campus is yeah, and the campus is kind of small, which is what I wanted. I didn't want to go to like a big school. Um they have underground tunnels, so you don't have to go in the snow. Like
Oh,
most of their
wow.
buildings are connected through
Wow.
underground tunnels.
Nice.
Yeah, which is nice.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
You're not going to be coming home like, during breaks when you get a chance to come back home, wearing Sabres or Bills garb, are you?
I don't know. I'm not like a big football. I do like watching hockey, but I don't really have like a team. But I'm not really a big football fan, so I'm like I'll just be like a fan of whoever I'm around. Like if I'm back here, like yeah, the Steelers are cool, whatever. But if I'm up there, like
Whatever.
yeah, like I like the Bills, like they're cool too. I don't know. I'm not like a big NFL fan, I guess.
That's fine. That's fine. And to be honest with you, um, while I am a humongous Steeler fan, um, I'm a big. I think a lot of Josh Allen, and the success that the Bills have had doesn't bother me. Like success some teams have, like when the Ravens or Bengals or Raiders are doing well, that eats at me. But not the Bills. So
Yeah, they're
their
cool
fans
up
are a
there.
little, but
Yeah, I've heard that their fans are a
yeah,
little nuts. So
stay away.
I'm not
Keep
gonna
your
be
distance.
tailgating with them, but
Yeah,
oh yeah.
smart. Keep your distance.
No jumping
Um,
through tables for me.
that's
That's not my thing.
the sun and jumping through tables. You'll stay away
Yeah.
from.
Yeah,
Real
no.
real quick before we let you go, because we've eaten up a lot of your time. Um, you were telling us, we were actually our producer Chris Lackner. We were talking about he had a 1-year-old birthday party, so we just started talking about various things, and it led us to a trampoline park, and you told one of the most crushing, heartbreaking stories. Not really, but do you care to share that with everybody?
Yeah, I can. So our class during our state championship run, my sophomore year, our class went to a trampoline park in Cranberry and we played I think the next day or like 2 days after and I pretty much like I was like not allowed to jump at the trampoline park. So I kind of just sat there all day and hung out and ate a lot of pizza and just kind of walked around.
So sad. I can see young Aubree with her hand in her head in her hand, just just watching all her classmates have a glorious time, and she has to sit there. But it paid off because that, as she mentioned, was the year Blackhawk won the state championship. You need 4 more wins to do it again. Man, would that be appropriate to wrap up your outstanding scholastic career? If it happens, awesome. I'm sure we may even talk again. But if not, hang your head high. You have done a tremendous job. Congratulations on all of your success. The big rebound number coming up soon. Real quick, Bell Vernon. What about the Leopards, the WPIL team?
We're excited to play them. I think we haven't really scouted yet. Like I've watched some film by myself, but like we haven't done like a team scout yet. So I know Greg will have us prepared
Yeah,
really well for them, but I'm excited.
they're young. They're I
Yeah.
had a chance to see them earlier this year, and they're going to be a force in the next 2 years, and still could make some noise this year. But right now, they're sort of getting a taste of it. But
Mhm.
they have a lot of juniors and sophomores that they are building around. So we'll see what happens Wednesday. Peters Township, correct?
No, it's at North Allegheny. I wish it was Peters. I really like playing at Peters, but it's North Allegheny, I think at 7 or 7:30.
Okay, all right, yeah,
Yeah.
part of a doubleheader at North Allegheny, Blackhawk and Bell Vernon. Aubree, again, congratulations on all your success, and good luck over the next couple of weeks.
Thank you so much.
The great Aubree Hupp, our WPIAL girls basketball player of the week. We thank her for joining us. We thank our producer Chris Lackner from all his pin the tail on the donkey games earlier today to producing this podcast presented by Edgar Snyder and Associates. I'm Don Rebel. Thank you for joining us. Rebel Yell Podcast, Triple I High School Sports Network.